Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, back on the 12-volt bird's nest of wires. Obviously it's not going to stay looking a mess. It'll be like a well-groomed lady. Anyway, boy power box. This is going to be fixed to the bottom of the battery box because you can't sort of put this inside the dummy oil tank because it actually needs a bit of airflow around it. So this is replacing the regulator rectifier, which on these is not good. So this solves that problem. So yeah, as you can see, I've actually got 5 holes in the bottom of the battery box. One that all the wires pass through, which we will do if they'll fit through. I'll tell you what, 1 minute. Bit of GT85. I'm going to try and get them all through at once. Let's chop the ends off just for now. Having all the ends have been stripped, so having all them splaying out, trying to get it through that grommet is going to be a pain. So let's just trim them all back off for now. A little bit of lubrication should help us send them through there, hopefully. Yeah, tiny dot on there. And we're in. Well, hey. There we go. Right, Mr. Fat Fingers has got to try and get these tiny little fixings in now. So sit back and enjoy me probably dropping them half a dozen times and eventually getting there. Let's get one in to get it started. Tell you what, it'd be easier if I put it on the old Allen key there, wouldn't it? Bit of a washer and the knot. Ooh, that was nearly my first drop. We won't tighten them all the way yet. Just get them all going first. Yeah, the Boy power box works absolutely fine with the Wassel electronic ignition. Someone in the comments did ask how much is that setup. It's for the power box and the Wassel ignition, it's about £180, 180 quid, as we say. Come on, you can do it. So far, so good. Last one. Done it without dropping it. That deserves a dog biscuit. Excellent. Right, let's nip all them up. Sorted. There we go. Nice and neat. Obviously that'll be under the battery box. So all you'll see is this little black panel at the side of the bike, that's it. Wires, you can barely see the pass and that tiny gap straight up into the battery box. There's enough gap when the battery goes in for all them wires to safely come up the side and go to where they want to go. Yeah, spot on that is. Right, I've got some sleeving on order. Hopefully that'll be here maybe tomorrow, we'll see. So this section of wires here, obviously you'll see it come from behind the tank and it'll go straight onto the headlight bracket, but it'll be just a tiny short pass. So I've got some braided sleeving coming for all that to run through, so we can't see all them ridiculous colours. What else we got coming? Oh, some crimp on eyes for the battery terminals and things like that. There's a couple of bits coming. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow or the next day, and then that's everything I need to get it completed. So I think next, I think I might put the dummy oil tank back on, get the wires through and start connecting the ignition. Yeah, let's do that. Right, I'm just pulling the bench out to be able to get to the other side of the bike. I'm going to modify this bench. When this bike comes off, just before the GS goes on, I'm going to modify this bench. And probably some of you have got these and know exactly what I mean. So it's got swivel wheels at the front and fixed at the back. I have no clue why they do that. The bench has got a turning circle of an oil tanker, which is a bit of a pain in here. So I've got these. I've got another one somewhere. I've got to find it. I'm going to fix these to the back, which is going to be much better than them things. So I'm going to make a mounting plate. So it's obviously it still sits, a mounting plate that kicks up and across, because these are a bit bigger. So it still sits square. So yeah, I'm going to modify it and put them on before the GS, because I've been meaning to do it for ages, because I don't know why they do it. Why don't they don't just put swiveling wheels on all four corners, and then you can just literally maneuver the bench exactly how you want it, especially in tight spots like this shed. Anyway, in the meantime, it's drag it out the way. And you try and drag it, and then the front end starts turning where you don't want it to go. And it's a bit awkward. Yeah. Okay. I end up having to get a bar under it to shove it out, bit by bit. There we go, I can get around that now. So yeah, that modification will be happening before the GS goes on. It's only probably like an hour's work max, so we might as well do it. Right, oil tank, dummy oil tank.
Ah, forget it.
Right. I got abducted by aliens again. No. Massive skip forward. It's now, I don't know, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't even remember what I'd done earlier on the video. Anyway, I got to fitting the dummy oil tank on, and I wasn't happy with a couple of bits on it, so I stripped it all the clear coat off, and I'd done it again after tidying a couple of bits up that I just weren't happy with. I think the trouble is, when I build these bikes, I'm looking at everything like this here. So the tiniest things are just annoy me, and I know they shouldn't, because they're probably never going to get spotted. But it just, oh God, I drive myself mad. I've done it anyway. As you can see, it's now on. All the wires are fed through. All I've got to do now is connect the ignition. I also realised I've got no eyelet connectors, because obviously this bit's got to go to the battery. So I've ordered them. I'm hoping they're here later, because it's already tomorrow. So yeah, I'm hoping they're here later on this morning. So that one goes to the battery, obviously. It's got an inline fuse. This one goes to the wiring that you've literally just seen, that I done hours and hours and hours and hours and hours ago. So that connects to that, to the Boyer power box. And I don't know if you can see that, I've got all the wires now hanging out the bottom of the dummy oil tank, ready to connect to the ignition. So I think I might just do that before I call it a day. It's been a stupidly long day, and I need to go and get a bit of rest eventually. So yeah, I'm going to connect this. This is obviously going to be a really short video, I guess, because yeah, I decided to strip all the dummy oil tank again and recoat it. Never mind, it's done, and I'm a bit happier with it. Also, I have got some braided sleeve coming for these wires, because there is a short pass where it comes from out the back of the tank and goes to the headlight bracket, then up into the headlight bowl. So I've got some braided sleeve coming for them, because I don't want all them multicoloured wires on show. So it'll make that look nice and tidy. So hopefully that'll be here later this morning, and then we can get on with the front. So literally most of the hard work's done on this wiring, to be honest. Oh, I've got the bar end indicators coming. Hopefully they'll be here later today, and we can get all them fitted when I go and have a few hours sleep on the sofa, get back up and get cracking again. So yeah, this video hasn't quite gone to plan, as you know, that sometimes happens. But hopefully all my little bits, the remaining bits that I need to carry on, will be here later, and we can get this wiring finalised, get this thing off the bench. I know the tank's not on it yet, but we've got a little sort of old oil tank. It's getting late early. We've got a little fuel tank up there that are sort of hanging on the beams of the shed to feed the car, but we can start it on that, and then it's a bit easier like that actually. So if there is any problems, we haven't got the fuel tank in the way, so we can get everything to search through. Touch wood, we haven't got any problems, fingers crossed and all that, and she fires straight up. So yeah, I think my last little job now, I'm going to connect this, but I'll still leave it hanging down. I won't fit it into the ignition tube here just yet, until we know everything is 100% how I want it. So yeah, hopefully we're back on the flow of this proper. Well, to be honest, I haven't stopped. It's just I wasn't happy with something, so I had to do it. Oh, I can hear a dog. Come here, Bode. Where's your mate? Is he on the sofa? What are you doing up at this hour? Come here, come and say hello to it. God, you're getting heavier. Come and say hello to everybody. What are you doing up? Hey? Where's Blue? I bet Blue's on the sofa flat out. Yeah. Oh. So you've come to see me. God, what you been eating? What you found? Or you been licking something that you shouldn't be? Phew. Yeah. What else am I waiting for? I think that's about it. Sleeving for them wires. I've ordered a little box of eyelets and spade connectors and everything because I just didn't realise I'd run out. And then this will be finished. I will actually be glad to see it's done. I've started laying the front brake out as well, getting the arms onto there. Just got to get the levers on the other bars, put the cables down, sorted. So it really is just a combination of just such small jobs now. We are so close for this coming on the floor. And then I think I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do that quick modification on this red bench and get the GS straight on it. I'm actually really looking forward to the GS to get back on banging things with hammers and grinding and welding and bending and shaping, because that's my favourite part of the build. I can't wait to get back on that with the GS, and we'll be flat out on that, like I've said, until it's finished. Shall I do this ignition now, or shall I do it after a couple of hours sleep? I don't know. I'll probably actually do it after a few hours sleep, so I'm going to end up marking something, aren't I? Shouldn't push it while you're tired. That's when the little accidents happen. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. Like I say, I've got all the wires through this now. That's all in place. So it literally is just connecting everything up, and we're good to go. Anyway, this is just going to be a short video. I'm going to leave it. I'll pick it up again when I get up. See you guys in a bit. Cheers for watching.